It should be up.
What is this cover art you got? I like that. What is it?
That was the one I posted from last week.
No,
What's
no,
this
I'm seeing
cover
something
art you
else.
got?
I'm seeing like some black stuff.
That was the one I posted from last week.
Well, let me refresh it. No,
What's
no,
this
I'm seeing
cover art
something
you
else.
got?
I'm seeing like, yeah, I'm still seeing some black stuff.
Mm, don't don't know.
Okay, I don't know why. I refreshed it.
Okay. Uh, all right. We ready?
Hold on, hold on, hold on. We live yet? We live?
Yeah, yeah. We live.
Okay. All right. You can start.
All right, y'all. Welcome to another Monday. Well, Monday afternoons. I know. Well, it's still kind of morning. Sorry, we kind of started a little late. Had some life stuff going on, but we're here. Let's kind of get the show on the road. With my boys Dewan and Trevin, otherwise known as Black Toad. Let's kind of get this shit moving. Let me see. Kind of get through some of these topics we got right now. Oh yeah, most impactful. What a time to be alive, turning 10 years. Youngest generation for the big three, king of Autotune, do pop artists, use rappers. Where the fuck is Frank Ocean? And can Chance the Rapper come back? This should be funny.
Yes.
This should be funny. Yes indeed. Yes indeed. All right, bro.
So, uh, all right. See, the first topic we got is who's the most impactful in rap media. Now, this conversation is real vast. I'll say for me is I would say academics, and I have I kind of it's kind of awkward maybe to say, but I feel like most impactful in rap media. I feel like academics have really kind of like changed the way we kind of view music, even though people may not respect him. I feel like in terms of how we view music and kind of like how fast we even consume music. I put a lot of that on academics, not just streaming, because at the time, 2014, 2015, I feel like he started that wave of reviewing the album in the first week, giving your opinion on it, and moving on to the next one.
Right.
And realistically, that's probably not the best way to consume music because a
Right.
week is not enough to just give a full review album. And nowadays, that's the thing now. Everybody reviews album within a week and then they just throw it, put it back on the shelf. So I'll go with Act. I would say Ebro, but I don't know, just due to like political reasons. I don't know. I just like I can't rock with him on some stuff. And Charlemagne, he's real impactful too, but I just feel like academics kind of changed the culture of music. My opinion. Trevor.
I'm sorry. One second. I'm trying to get my stuff situated.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. Go
sorry.
ahead. All right,
Nah.
Shaq. Go ahead.
For me, I agree. I would give it to academics. Despite him, his his what's the word I could look for? Despite his craziness and whatever, I'll give it to academics because like he's always tapped in with the rap culture, like the rap culture, like every single day. Like yeah, I know some people kind of get on him about like not bringing up certain artists or like after when certain artists pass away, that's when he'll start opening like showing showcasing them whatever the case is. But it's like right now we're in that kind of weird place. It's like the younger generation are like really just kind of making the moves for that stuff. And since for some reason academics, he can just still tap in with the younger generation without sounding too weird about it, and you know, kind of like make things work out for him because like ain't nobody like there like as I want to say for like the younger generation, like I don't really think that much people really tap into Ebro or any of them dudes like that. Not saying that they probably won't, but it's like if y'all remember like Ebro, he was like on this kind of this bias take for like whenever like the newer generations come on, especially like during like 2016 with like Yachty, Uzi, and all the rest of them. And like I was kind of on that wave too, where it's just like I ain't really feeling these new guys or whatever. But then after a while, it's just like them dudes are just having fun, and I think we got to remember that like rap started off as just having fun. Hip hop was just started off having fun. You know what I'm saying? So with and with that would come with academics, like he gave an ear, he listened out, and he was just like, bro, like these people, like these guys, like they're really tuning in, like they changing some stuff up. And when you got like guys like Ebro, Elliot Wilson, I guess we could throw in Charlemagne, like Joe Budden, like them dudes are not here for that. And I understand the reason why they feel like that, because they grew up like with battle rappers. They grew up like during the Nas, the Jays, all them stuff, like all them dudes, or whatever. I get it, but since we're in this age now where it's just like the youth is more, it's kind of like pushing the needle for like for some of this rap stuff. It's just like it's kind of hard to disregard any of that. So I'll give it to academics. uh my only problem with him is just like some of his biased takes, but I guess I guess that just comes with the territory or whatever the case is. So
And you know what's so interesting about this? And then whenever Trevor ready, I'm gonna pass it to him.
right.
What's so interesting about this conversation that I do want to add like a little bit of context to that, and saying that also content as well, like because some of these older guys, like people still watch radio station interviews, but it's like
Yeah.
now Discord calls and streaming is starting to be like their new way of consuming rap media, because people may not want to watch the typical younger people may not want to watch the typical, like, radio station interview. And
Right.
we're starting to see like a lot of these guys, they're not even doing radio station interviews. And so I feel like also the content, like personally, I just don't watch the academic streams now because I just don't have the time to do it. But I did like the YouTube videos, and I wish he kind of would go back to that. But, I know business, deals or whatever the case may be. But like at those 10, 15-minute videos, like that used to be like the thing that I used to enjoy. And so
Yeah.
I look at kind of like the content that some of these older guys make, you
Hmm.
know, and I don't know. I kind of like the new stuff. I kind of like the streaming and the Discord calls a little bit better than the typical radio station interview, because sometimes if some rappers don't really feel comfortable, and like a lot of these younger rappers don't really feel comfortable, you could tell. So I feel like academics know how to create a space for these
Hold
artists.
on.
Like look at 21 Savage. Like the
Yeah.
fact that he don't really do 21 Savage don't really do like a lot of interviews with a lot of radio stations, but academics create a space that's comfortable for him.
Right.
So, yeah.
No, I agree.
Trevor?
Yeah. It's still about the point of the most
Yeah.
entertaining. Okay. I'm not really familiar with academics. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even though I do agree that he is very impactful on how people consume media nowadays. And whether that be good or bad, it's like really depends on who you ask. Like for me, like you said, that people just listen to something and just review it and have like a review out within like a week or something.
Hmm.
That is like very detrimental in my opinion, because like Jay Z said it one time on the Breakfast Club, was that like it's impossible to really get the full like message of something that was that took years, that took like a year or something, some change to make in a week or
Right.
even in a day, so it's like a lot of stuff that I see him focus on, see academics focus on, is like the performance of an album
Hmm.
and also who's making it. So like if it's anybody that can't sell like 30K or 50K like in a weekend or something, he really isn't going to give them any credit. You know what I'm saying?
Example like Freddie Gibbs, or like any of them dudes like that. Absol,
Yeah.
like them type of guys.
Yeah, he's like, if it doesn't hit a certain metric, they're just bad. And it's like I don't like that mindset. Um, in my opinion, I think I think some of the most impactful media outlets are something like Complex or All Def, like I think it's like All Def Hip Hop, or even though it doesn't have that many subscribers, at least my most impactful one is Dead End Hip Hop,
Right.
because they have, I think we all know who they are. It's like they have four different perspectives on whatever it is they're talking about, so you get, it kind of makes it easier for you to make your own um opinion on something, because it's like your favorite crew, your favorite member of that crew can dislike something that you like because of what somebody else says that kind of makes you gravitate towards it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But you also know like what they like, and it's like, oh, like when you hear something, you can be like, oh, that's what FIFA would like, or this sounds like something Mike would like, and
Right.
that would be like something that like a lot, and a lot of the rappers, they gravitated towards, or they respected them for that, because it's like it seems like they're more, I mean they are, but it makes them more authentic to what they're talking about. And it doesn't really matter if like they don't really care about people doing well, they care about like the quality of the product, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of lost nowadays. It's like all people care about is just staying at, is just selling numbers and selling records and stuff, and that's that's something that I don't really like. But yeah, it's, for me it's like Complex, Dead End Hip Hop, um All Def, and like people and radio personalities like Big Boy and Breakfast Club. I think they still have a good presence as well.
Mm-hmm. They do.
And the biggest, I think, that that is Joe Budden. You know, someone that has been in the industry, working with some of the most respected people, and understands how, how the process of creating music is, to a certain extent. And him having that grumpy attitude is mostly because of what he's dealt with, the disrespect that he's dealt with from certain media like Hot 97 and Ebro, and niggas like them. It's like you can tell when niggas is being corny or not, you know?
Yeah.
And even though he be having some corny people on his fucking shows, I think at the end of the day, like when it comes to music, he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, you like, nobody should really question that. And he knows who like the Alchemist is, like, and how good he is, and it's not like recency type of knowledge. He knows like who what certain producers are capable of. It's like you see a name of a producer, oh, we know how this is going to be good. And I think a lot of media outlets don't even pay attention to that.
Honorable mention I would add is, you know, I add Nadeska in there because I feel like
Yeah.
even though she worked behind the scenes, you know, she'll do with quote unquote like a lot of admin work. A lot of people would say like, man, this girl be working. Like she got her thing going on with Apple. You know, she be doing her
Mm-hmm.
thing with Ebro. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
she didn't, bro. She been doing interviews for like interviewing Super Bowl artists that's been performing like Rihanna, Kendrick Lamar, like so she been kind of like making moves, and I think a lot of times because she's a woman, people may not respect her in the media space, but I feel like she's real dope. She's really one of the reasons why, because I got into Everyday Struggle after Joe Budden left, so I didn't
Mm-hmm.
really. I went back and watched the episodes, but I got onto it when when it was just Wayno, Academics, and Nadeska, and I feel like her kind of like still kind of being tapped in, but she was like the grounding in the three of them. Like she kept.
Yeah.
So I feel like her. I add her as an honorable mention, and then I add Angie Martinez. Like
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
y'all know,
Definitely. Definitely.
yeah, yeah. Like she, and then on top of that, like I really like the interview she did with J Cole, and where she be trying to like go into like tapping into real life situations, still talking about music, but still having a real life conversation. So I feel like you gotta add Angie Martinez, but yeah, I add them to his honorable mentions.
Would y'all throw in Gillian Waller as well?
No.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna start with my opinion first. I'm gonna pass the baton to y'all.
Okay.
Honestly, I would start no because I mean they are. they're in the rap media space. Number one, they still kind of like real new. I don't feel like they have enough amount of years in the game yet. Number one, they still kind of new, and then some of their content is more so based on just connecting more with the artist and more so the music. But I do feel like they're in the rap media space, but I feel like it's just like they have a conversation where it's like guy talk, you know, like
Yeah.
it's not it's more like bro talk, and I enjoy that content. I don't watch it as much,
Yeah.
but for a person like me, when it comes to music, I like more of a like a mature type of interview. Like that's just my opinion. Like, and I feel like it their content is for a specific type of audience. But if a person is like me, or you want like a mature conversation about the music, then they may not be like your go to. But I respect what they do.
Right. Okay.
What about yeah? What about how y'all feel about them?
I mean, Gilly has like he does have experience in the industry. It's not as I'm not gonna try to play the comparison game. So like it does the experience is experience in my opinion, but like he like you said, like it is like basically like just guy talk with him and not really mostly music stuff with the with their podcast and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Like I just think that like when it, I just think I don't know. Like I still have my favorites and I need to go and see if there's like the Mallory brothers. They like a whole bunch of like hype men. You feel me? At least from what if you ever heard of them, they react to stuff, but they have their favorites. You know what I'm
I
saying?
did like twins.
Yeah, the Mallory twin, like
Ain't
Mallory
they,
twins. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I know them.
they have their
Yeah.
favorites, and every time their favorites drop something, they be sounding like the most hype individuals known to man. Even if something don't even sound that good, it's still gonna come through with some. Oh, I can see why they make it, even though I can see it being number one, number two, 2 years in the future type shit. It's like, all right, bro, it must not be that good. But it's just
And hmm
like it's just funny
yeah.
that a lot of that. Now I talk about it, there are. I used to think that a lot of these were like very the same, but now I'm starting to see the differences, like the things that make them stand out, which is kind of crazy. That it took me this long to figure this
Yeah,
out.
but you know who also got potential in the rap media space is Wayno. Wayno is somebody I really like on Everyday Struggle, and he does has like potential to to be that guy. I will touch on Elliot and uh what is it, Elliot Wilson and B Dot. I feel
Yeah,
like what they do is dope too. I feel like they're more so catered to like an older crowd. They are gonna give you like a mature perspective, but I don't know. In my opinion, I don't know if they just have that impact yet. That impact as big as academics, but I feel like
that's because
it's real dope what they do. Go ahead.
it's like Elliot be asking safe fucking questions though, and it's like the thing that I hated the
Yeah.
most was that like when Elliot was it was Elliot, right, that was interviewing Drake like after the Control verse came out,
Yeah.
and Drake was like, oh, like he asked him a question about Kendrick's music that you should fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, oh, how does that? Like they were talking about the Control verse, and he's like, yeah, it's a good verse, but let me ask you right now, how does that verse start off? And I'm like, Elliot, how the fuck don't you know that? How? Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Like, I felt like he was just like strengthening Drake's point for like no fucking reason. Because if that was me, or if that was like someone like Academics or Wayno, they would be able to fucking immediately start off that verse themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just think that was kind of weird that he does that a lot. Like that was an example, but he does that a lot and asks like really safe fucking questions. That it's like you just don't want to get fired type shit. You know what I'm saying? Which like I get it, but like you don't want to disrespect the rapper and not have any more guests or some shit like that. But like if you want to push the culture forward, you have to ask questions that are on everybody else's mind, in my opinion, and react the way that people of your level would react to
Yeah.
to uh to certain statements or questions. Like if somebody says something that's wrong, like that's why I like Wayno is that like if somebody says something that literally is wrong, he'd be like, that's not really how it like no matter who it fucking is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like I didn't really respect that Elliot buckled on that statement that Drake did about the control verse. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt what you were saying, but like that when you brought up Elliot, that just reminded me of that shit.
You know what? I'm gonna challenge this. I'm gonna pass it to Shaq. I challenge this because I do feel like a lot of these people we name all got some sort of biasness in them. Like I didn't see, my opinion, I didn't see Wayno kind of be biased. You know, I didn't see academics be biased. Joe Budden, I haven't seen as much biasness out of him, but I think there was a period of time where I don't know. I can't remember on the top of my head, but a lot of these guys, like, unless you're like a host where you just don't really give your opinion, you just kind of like form the topic of like a Nadeska. But um, I don't know. I feel like Wayne has had some biasness from him because you know
Yeah,
he got connections with Rock Nation. I think he used to work for them or some type of stuff. But you
yeah.
know, uh, I don't know, man. What you
Well,
think,
yeah,
Shaq?
I'm gonna just say this. The only reason why I did brought up Gilly and Wallow, because I do respect that like they're like one of the few that like that try to like open up to not open up, but like they try to like kind of speak some game into like some of the younger rappers, especially like Lil Durk's team. I think it was Kodak and like a few others, like ones who kind of like grew up in like troubled. You know what I'm saying? They kind of grew up in like in a
yeah,
hard time. And like I don't necessarily be watching them like that. I just see like their clips whenever ironically academics or whoever be posting them and stuff. And it's like even though I've seen it before with other people, like I like the fact that like they really be trying to open up. And I mean, look, I'm not about to sit here and act like maybe it's for show or whatever, but I'm just like, hey, sometimes we kind of need like that big bro to like kind of speak some shit to us because like, look, if Dirk had listened, you know, and just kind of just let certain shit go, he would be out here right now dropping music with you know whoever else, and his name would still be talked about. Right now, we haven't heard anything from Dirk because Buddy's locked up. You know what I'm saying? And then
yeah.
the same thing with Kodak. Like I hate to see Kodak like this. You know, like but you know at the same time I understand these are all grown ass men. You know they got their own shit going on, or like they're gonna do what the fuck they want to do. But I just like the fact that like even though yeah it's on camera and like they could have just talked to him like like behind the scenes or whatever. I do like the fact that like they kind of open up and try to at least spit the game to like some of the younger generation for like niggas who's going to it. Cause like hey, it's like
Nah.
it's like no hold on. It's just it's at least showing like the guys who are watching their stuff. Hey, we're at least showing some type of concern for these guys, and we don't want the younger generation going through the same cycle as them, because even though it's common sense, and we know not to really do it, sometimes people don't know that it's common sense, and they're still gonna fucking do it anyway. So that's my whole thing. I'm not about to sit and act like they're like the biggest hip hop media or like they're on the way because like like I said their content is a little bit more different. But I do like the fact that like they do at least talk about certain topics and kind of
But
bring.
that's I get what you're saying, but that's assuming that like people in the community that they're in don't do that already. Like
I can't do
and
it.
and
I can't work with
in those types of environments, there are hella OGs that literally say, "Hey, bro, you don't do this," and
that. Yeah.
they're not listening to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even hearing it from Gilly isn't going to make any difference, especially when you come to a point to where what you're doing is working, to where you get the attention of Gilly. It's like it kind of be like, hey, you're talking to me right now, so like obviously what I'm doing is working to some degree. Like that's what people's mindsets end up being. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it kind of like it kind of seems performative whenever Gilly's doing that shit because he grew up doing that shit. You
Yeah.
feel me? So it's like it worked, even though you're saying it's not the right way. there is a right way of doing it because you're at the level that you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what people like Dirk and even though he's in trouble, but that's what people kind of think about is that like if there really is if it's not a right way to do it, why did it work for you? Why did it work for such and such? Help me understand how it works
Right.
if I'm doing it wrong. But they are just saying you're doing it wrong. That's it.
Nah, I understand.
No, I agree. I agree. And then I say this, I as a Shaq point, I do honestly like, agree what what he was saying because sometimes like a lot of these guys like when they like you say like they did have like the OGs in their community, even they parents like telling them like yo like what you
Mm-hmm.
doing is wrong, but at the same but what I agree with Shaq is that sometimes when you become a breadwinner, people not gonna tell you the truth,
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
you know a lot of a lot of time when people are in your circle, like for example, I don't never look for friends to tell me what I want to hear. I want to have a friend that's gonna be like that's gonna tell me the truth, like bro, you wilding right now. Like that's
Yeah.
the type of friendships I want to have as I get older. But at the same time, like to say that you know to tell them that after they got rich, not everybody looking up to them like heroes. I feel like that's really important. I just think the same thing is this is that it's still like okay, you can do that, but then if we're gonna still, but we got you on the show to promote the music that is against the message that we're saying. So at the same time, I do agree with you saying too. It's like, okay, you want to preach to them, but at the same time, but still, we're gonna still promote the product that you have out that is kind of destroying, you know,
Right.
quote unquote destroying the youth. So my thing about the thing about that, yeah, I do feel like it's two sides to the coin with that situation because
Yeah.
you can't preach one thing and then you still okay. Well, let's promote this song that you're talking about. Oh boy, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I get
yeah,
that.
yeah,
No, I respect that. I respect that.
yeah. And then on top of that, also, I feel like doing it on camera ain't always the best thing either, too,
It's
because
not.
it can't.
Yeah.
It can because people are gonna take that, then they're gonna make clips of that and stuff like that. So I feel like and stuff like that, you gotta just let them know off the camera, you know. But at the same time, if you do it every time on camera, it can come across like okay, they already know what you about to do. So
Yeah.
yeah. Any final thoughts on this topic?
No, we. I think we're good on it. Yeah, we're good on it. We can move on to the next one.
All right. So I guess y'all saying everyday struggle don't needs to come back, right?
I mean, shit. If they can make it work, I ain't got no objections of it coming back.
I'm not talking about Joe Budden coming back. I'm not talking
No,
about
no,
that.
yeah.
I'm talking about
If the
I'm talking about
platform,
yeah.
if the format with Wayno and somebody else that's not academics can work, hey, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, because like
Wait, why you say not academics?
That nigga's in hot water right now.
yeah,
It
he's
would not be a good PR
Oh,
move. It would
oh.
not be a good PR move to put him in that in back in everyday struggle.
and
Hey, let me tell you this, bro. Even though, bro, like he got a lot of stuff going on. The thing about this, bro, the thing about academics, he gonna always have like a following. That's the same thing like trying to cancel Kanye, bro. When people like his content because what other young media person can replace him right now? Like that's hot, you
For
know, can
academics,
replace.
it's plenty.
Yeah, who can
there's
replace
plenty.
him?
I say there's plenty.
There's plenty.
Okay,
People that can.
okay.
I mean, they don't do it not to do it the way that he does it, but like, you don't need just him to put you on to good music or put you on to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because all for Doechii, for example, all it took was Kendrick just putting her on his story, and she won a fucking. That's not the only reason why she won the Grammy. But I'm not gonna lie and just act like it didn't boost her popularity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like there could be other news outlets if they're pushing certain content forward and they are platforming things that aren't just what niggas want to hear and they you know what I'm saying. I think that there are plenty places that do that. You know,
I will also say this, not to cut you off, but there's a lot of YouTubers that can do just as a good job as academics because like I always was trying to look for like a decent hip hop media where it's just like they can just talk about current stuff that's going on, whatever. And like I want to say the main two YouTube accounts that I kind of look for in that was Hello Yasin and Blackie Speaks. And even though sometimes their takes could be a little or whatever, like they're the ones who kind of open me up to more like a more hip hop space because like they're talking about topics that like that not that much people will really be talking about. Like I remember they was talking about like one of them was talking about like Logic or like the reason why Logic does certain things or like how big like 21 Savage case was when he got arrested, whatever. And you're not, if you're in a position like academics where it's just like you're not known for being taken seriously as far for like what's going on with like people in their life situations, like all you're gonna have is like a whole bunch of people in your comments just kind of cracking jokes and shit like that, and it'll be weird.
Yeah.
It'll be weird for somebody. It'll be weird for somebody to take somebody like academics like serious because like I said, I follow academics too, and sometimes there are like some hip hop shit that I don't even be knowing about that be going on that I find on this channel. But at the same time, it's like maybe sometimes I try to go in the comments like kind of look for something like reasonable, and all I'm getting is this fucking Big Mac jokes and and a whole bunch of other shit. So I feel like with YouTubers, even though sometimes their takes can kind of go like hit or miss, there are a few YouTubers that can kind of hit that spot too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say too much for streamers because I don't know too many streamers. I just know sometimes they do reaction videos or like speak their mind or whatever. But look, academics, he started off as a YouTuber and look where he's at now. So I feel like I ain't gonna say everybody can do it, but I feel like certain people can probably do that spot too, and probably even do it way better than him. And they're younger than him, and they ain't got weird cases going on. So that's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
Any final any? I have nothing to add to this topic. What about y'all?
No, that's it for now. We're good. We can move on.
All right. Now the second. Oh man. All right. The second topic. What a time to be alive turning 10 years. It has not exactly hit the 10 year mark. I don't know why I thought it did for some reason, but we still gonna go with it anyway. It's 9 years pushing 10 years. This year it's still gonna make 10 years. What are some reflections that we have on this album? Has this album aged better? Has it aged worse? Like to me, I feel like it aged like wine. What do y'all think?
Same, bro. When this shit came out, I was playing this like damn near every fucking time that I hung out with my friends, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was on the speaker, straight up, like playing plastic bag, scholarships, motherfucking Jumpman, like what else? Digital Dash,
Yeah.
like a lot of things were just ate like it was really fucking good. And then like if a song nowadays would play, like if a song from there would play nowadays, I'd be like, damn. I go back to the whole album. I was like, it really is one of them ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think that it definitely is one of the best things that Drake and Future has and Metro has put together like at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're gonna have something as good as that team up in a while. I mean, we haven't since.
And
Now we have.
and I'll say this because I just recently listened to the album again. I want to say, let me pause this. I recently listened to the album like I want to say like 2 weeks ago, and I went back to it and I'm just like, I at one point it was like I did have like a love hate relationship with this album because like there was some songs where like Drake was just kind of just sound like, bro, you do not be rapping about certain shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we know how this rap politics shit goes. So I was just like, whatever. I'll give it a listen. But I'm gonna say this: for production, mixing, mastering, sound engineering, all that stuff, whatever. Metro and whoever like did that part, they did their fucking thing on the album because that like you got projects that damn near sound like they're either dated or whatever the case is. Like even from like projects that like came out like in 2020, they already sound like they're old and outdated. But for some reason, that album particularly, it just it aged well. I'll give it to you. Like even if that album was to come out like maybe 2022 or 2024, it will still sound like a brand new project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'll I gotta give my flowers to both Drake and Future because they both did their things on that project. You know, if if there was ever a chance that like, even though it would be kind of weird if they did reconcile and did make like a second version, I know it probably won't hit as the same, but them three just didn't remember that energy that they had on that project because like nobody really thought that like Future and Drake would have been like popping off like that because like before the album came out, all we had was like I think the Tony Montana remix and like uh Love Me with Wayne and shit, and I think maybe a couple other songs I don't remember too well, but like they did their fucking thing and it worked out for them. Every feature or every song that they did after that, it was pretty cool. Like Grammys was pretty cool. Uh, a couple other songs I can't remember off the tip of my tongue, but like some of them were pretty cool. But I I will say this: some people did want a second version of the album as soon as what was that 5 minute song that came out? I think they did like a music video when like they was like wearing like chef clothing and shit like that.
Life is
Oh,
good.
Life is good. Yeah, I didn't like that fucking song. That shit was kind of mid to me. Now, that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people ain't gonna really mess with that or whatever the case is, and that's fine. But I don't want an album sounding like that because this shit sounded mid. It sounded mid to me. It just sounded like just basic, regular, just trap shit. And yeah, I understand that's like Future stinging over and whatever, but Future also done like dope ass songs before, so it's like, can we just not have that? Can we just have like what we had before, something that was like experimental? But once again, like I said, that's just my opinion. It overall, the album definitely aged well, and I am ass at this game. The album definitely aged well, and it did its thing. I just like hope like if they do ever reconcile, just remember that fucking energy that they had. That's all I'm asking.
I'll add
yeah.
my opinions to this album, and then I'll let y'all add any closing thoughts.
Okay.
Uh, the album, like I like what you said. Like this album could have dropped 2 years ago, and it still would sound like a fresh new album. Like
Mm-hmm.
this, but this is a perfect example of because I feel like now collab albums they just don't hit,
Some,
anymore to me.
some.
And I'm gonna stand on what I said. I feel like a lot of collab albums nowadays do not hit nowadays, but and this one is a perfect example of, hey, like, look, don't try to make a part two. Like, I feel like, hey, if they ever was to reconcile, they want to do like a 3 song EP or something like that. But or even if they ever want to do another album, just don't call it "What a Time to Be Alive" 2. Kind of like this, do not make a Watch the Thrones 2. Like, okay,
Right.
after something has been set in stone, it's considered a classic. Don't try to redo it. Try to create something new, something that a lot of artists don't like to do when it comes to collab albums. They usually like to try to keep making the same one over again. But man, this album is good. I don't know if this album had any features on it. I don't think it did. If I'm wrong, y'all correct me on that. But I
No,
just
I
feel like
think you're
this
right.
album, yeah, like this album is the perfect example of a true collab album. And Future did his thing. I didn't feel like Drake was being outshined. I didn't really feel like Future was being outshined. Digital Dash is still one of my favorite songs. I listen to that one all the time. Um, man, I ain't really got that much any opinions to say, bro. This album is good. It's a good album, bro.
Would
Any
you
Um,
closing thoughts? What you
uh
say?
would you prefer it? Let me say, let me ask this, because I remember there was like a question about whether this album was better than Watch the Throne or whatever. I know some people in this chat right now might agree.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna bring up Watch the Throne, but would you say it's like the best collaboration that Drake did with any other like any other artist that he collaborated with, like including like Her Loss
So
and stuff like that?
I mean, of course, bro. Because if in y'all producers, y'all know music, y'all can tell when artists synchronize versus when an artist just probably sending verses back and forth.
Right.
Now, 21 Savage, I didn't watch all that footage that Drake dropped. I just didn't watch it, but I'm pretty sure maybe 21 Savage was in the studio. But Her Loss, it sounded like, you know, uh a Drake album, but he's rapping on 21 Savage type beats. But it didn't sound like a just a mix of the two. It just really
Yeah.
sounded like, you know what? Let's just throw some songs on the album. I'm gonna just say this: it wasn't organized. Like it just to me, it was like we just gonna throw some songs together and call it an album. It wasn't bad, but I don't think it was like What a Time to Be Alive. It kind of just felt like whatever it just I don't know. I feel like and then Future and Drake, I feel like they both 50-50 benefited from the album.
They did.
I don't feel like I don't feel like Her Loss really elevated 21 Savage because he already been having his thing going on, and I don't think Her Loss added to with Drake, you know, to his legacy. I feel like if you remove Her Loss from the conversation, Drake and 21 Savage will still be in the same position that they're in today. My opinion.
I respect it.
Mm.
Respect it.
I mean, look,
Speak, bro.
look. It's one of my favorite. Like I said, it's one of my favorites that they did, and to piggyback on what Dewan said about them just putting them on just whatever, just random ass beats. I feel like that's like a problem with a lot of albums that have been coming out lately. Is that like you can tell that they just be getting a collection of beats and just picking out their favorites.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of like sitting in the studio and making the stuff with them. Some people still do that, and you can tell, but it's like a 90-10. It's like a 90% people that don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I I think that What a Time to Be Alive didn't. I think that they actually were there when Metro was
Yeah.
not
They
either
were
when
there.
Metro. Yeah, they were there when you can tell like they were there when Metro was making them beats.
Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of what makes it like special, or at least it makes it work a lot better. You feel me? So like if they were to make a second of What a Time to Be Alive, hey, so did there, then like
All right.
they would have to. I would say they should be in the same vicinity as Metro and tell that nigga when something doesn't hit, or you know what I'm saying, or vice versa. Like they should tell, like be able to tell Future or Drake, hey, bro, how about you say this? Don't say like don't have egos, because
Yeah.
that makes for a better product. So it's like because I think people can still tell Kendrick that whenever like Kendrick or Cole or Jid or fucking like Rhapsody, I think like when they're working with a producer, I feel like they can tell them, "Hey, what if you said this instead?" And they take that criticism or they take that critique into mind. You feel me?
I think they would.
Like I think that they do, especially when it comes to like the instrumentals. You know,
Yeah.
and obviously like Cole
Yeah.
like makes the beats, but I feel like Cole should be able to take criticism from some of the beats he be making, in my opinion. But like
Mm-hmm.
the egos are too big for Drake and Future since they're both at the top of their respective lanes. Or I mean, if they
Well,
still are.
and you know, Future. One thing I will say to him, Future has done, kind of like a significant amount of collab albums. I mean, he
Mm-hmm.
got one with Uzi, he got one with Future, not with, he got one with Drake, he got one with Young Thug, he got one with Juice World, and you know, I feel like each
He
of
got
those
one with
collab
Thug.
albums,
Yeah. Super slimy.
yes. It came out 2017. You know, that's a whole nother story. But he got one with Uzi too, and that one kind of like I feel like that one kind of went under the map a little bit. And then of course the one with Juice World, I think people is familiar because Juice World is a big artist. That collab album too. So Drake, like you say, he has one with 21 Savage, but I think some people probably would have preferred a Drake and Travis album probably over a Drake and 21 album because I was never one of those people in the comments that said, "Man, Drake and 21 need to do an album." I feel like they they help each other out sometimes, but I feel like to do another collab album with, I feel like a Drake and Travis, I feel like that would be interesting. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, I feel like
Bro,
that would be
bro,
production wise.
when Her Loss came out, I was just like, bro, nobody asked for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a 21 and Drake, they're cool. Like, I definitely when they collaborated the first time when I think it was Sneakin', when Sneakin' came out, it was a cool song. You know what I'm saying? But nobody asked for this. It was just like it's like Drake and 21 is just like, okay, this is how we're gonna see it. Because I do remember 21. He did want to tap into the R&B, the R&B lane or whatever the case is. But you know, I thought it just meant like he was just going to just chill. He was just going to rap on like chill beats. Maybe have like a couple, you know, R&B singers on there, or whatever. Bada bing, bada boom. You get Drake. Oh, okay. And now you're making a whole ass album. Okay. And the album comes out. It got a Grammy. It got awards or whatever the case is. But I'm still gonna have this conclusion where it's just like nobody fucking asked for this, you know. And yeah, maybe, well, Drake did benefit more while 21 probably just got paid for certain shit. You know, probably for like writing his lines, writing for Drake's lines or whatever the case is. Cool, but it's like nobody asked for this, bro. Like, yeah, I agree. I would have expect like a Drake and Travis Scott album, or shit.
Bro,
Even
Travis Scott, that nigga is definitely a perfectionist. That nigga will not let certain shit slide.
yes, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have
Bro,
saw
Huncho Jack wasn't.
no. Hold on, hold
Oh,
on.
never
Bro,
mind.
No,
yeah.
I
hold on,
should have
hold on.
said that.
I
Should
would
have
have.
said that.
I would assume that shit. Even a Drake and Doug album would have came out before Drake and 21. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that probably people would have asked for that either, but that's my thing. Like you'll see energies between certain artists, and like so like you see Drake and 21 is like okay, like
Yeah.
you know, but that's just my whole thing about it. Like the album came out, it's okay, you know, but I'm just like, yeah, a Drake and Travis Scott album would have been way more better if him and Kanye just got out of this weird relationship that they got right now. We could have got fucking wolves. You know what I'm saying? Like a Drake and Wayne album that would have been nice. Even a Drake and Nicki album. I mean, as much
What's
as
keeping that from even happening though? Like Drake and Wayne or Drake and Nicki?
Because it's so old, man.
no,
Like,
no,
bro,
no,
this
no,
stuff was
no.
supposed to drop. And
No, it's not. It's not that it's old. Bro, and I'm glad you brought this up because I have a weird, very weird ass theory about this shit. I'm low key thinking that them three are not fucking with each other right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't because I'm not saying that Wayne was supposed to defend Drake during the whole beef thing, whatever. I'm not bringing it up, but like, I'm not saying he was supposed to like defend him during the beef, but you can tell like them like you haven't heard like they don't speak about each other like that. Like they haven't brought up nothing. Drake probably brought up Wayne's name like maybe one time just to show love, and like I know on IG he has his profile picture from when he was young or whatever. I don't know what the fuck is that about, but it's like they haven't said anything. And then even with Nicki, it's just like she's doing her own fucking thing. So it's like, what the fuck is really going on with Young Money right now? Because it seemed like the last time we heard anything from y'all was that one song that came out like what 2022. The it was something green or family or whatever the fuck it is.
Seeing green.
Seeing green.
Seeing
Yeah.
green.
So it's just like after that, nothing since. And even before, the last time we collaborated before then was like, I think it was, I'm starting to forget the name of these fucking songs. I think it was either, not Family Feud. No, well, that was Drake and Wayne. Regardless,
Certified Lover Boy.
was all of them on the,
He was
all
on.
of them
Wayne
the same
was
album?
on.
Yeah, Wayne
No,
was
it
on.
was just. Well, okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. So Wayne was on Certified Lover Boy, and then on Nicki Minaj album, Drake and Wayne was both on her album.
Okay.
And Cole.
Yeah,
Oh wait, never mind. He's
and
not.
Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole was on there too.
What about Cole?
So,
This man Travis, bro.
but
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 I don't know, bro. I
yeah,
just feel like
th-
I just feel like the niggas are not fucking with each other right now. That's how I look at it. And so
yeah,
yeah,
that yeah.
nothing's stopping them from making a collab album. But the thing is, why haven't y'all done it already? Like it could have came out 2015, 2016, anytime after that or whatever. It could have came out, anytime, but like y'all never done it, you know? Even after that one single in 2014, the one with Drake and Wayne, I think it's called Believe Me or some shit. That would have been a perfect fucking time. You know what I'm saying? But they never fucking done it. So right now, I just feel
And they
like
went on tour together
they went on tour
during that time.
and
Yeah.
still
There's
fuck.
probably a lot of egos going on that we don't know about.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's why I came to the conclusion that right now Young Money's not fucking with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Tyga had like a stream or something. I don't know if he had like his own stream shit going on, but Wayne was on there, right? And
Yeah.
Drake and Tyga don't fuck with each other like that, as far as I remember. So it's like, not saying that like Wayne should have anything to do with that, or he should take sides or whatever. But it's just like we seeing Wayne and Tyga together. Tyga's not. I don't even think Tyga's in Young Money anymore because fucking Birdman fucked him over. So it's like, what the fuck is really going on, bro? Like what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah. That's a lot, but um. I'm gonna ask you this: any more closing thoughts on? Because I feel like we kind of like really touched up on that.
Yeah.
Any more closing thoughts on what it's time to be alive?
Oh.
My
Nah,
bad. I
yeah,
went on a
I
tangent
think-
with that one. It just
I think-
No, you good. But I just wanted to know: did anybody have any more? So that therefore we can still have some time to add on to all the topics after we finish them.
no. We'll probably come back to this topic when when it actually comes out 10 years later. I mean, like
Yeah.
as far as for the date and everything.
In October.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all ready to move on to the next topic?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So third question is: who is the younger generation big three? Now, usually when we talk about the big three, we talk about Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, or whoever you consider. But as as just of a younger artist, who do y'all think is like as younger guys? It don't have to be like 18 or 19, nothing like that, but just
Just a young
younger than
nigga.
just younger than the traditional Drake, Kendrick, and Cole.
That's a good question.
That's a hard one. I don't even fucking know because everybody that I'm thinking about were peers of Drake, Kendrick, and Cole.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about too. Because I was about to say Jin. Jin
but
gotta be
Jizz
up
been
there.
out- Yeah, but Jizz been out since like what 2011, 2012.
So wait, hold on. So with this question now, is it based on like influence? Is it based on
No. It just let me tell you this question is individual. Like, just give your individual younger artists that you think are the top three guys. It don't have to be on the lyrical stuff. It
Under-
could be
under
any
30?
artist.
under 30?
Yeah, under those top three guys. Yeah, just pick a younger artist. I mean, it could be Travis Scott or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, because I was about to say Travis Scott should definitely be up there.
okay.
I really want to give it to Denzel, but it's just like it seems like he's just not gonna get his fucking flowers like that. So like I gotta see.
Yeah,
That
nigga,
doesn't
like,
mean he
just
doesn't
turned
deserve
30.
it. Like,
Hold
no,
on.
Denzel-
I
no,
think that nigga
Denzel-
just turned 30 though.
Hold
Bro,
on.
Travis Scott is 33.
But listen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just say this. I'm just trying to get y'all away from Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, right? So,
Bro.
just it don't have to be like just
Yeah.
not
Okay.
them. Like,
Okay.
okay, just
Okay.
younger guys. Don't overthink the question. It could be Travis. It could be whatever the case may be. Just not those three guys.
Oh, okay. Well, I got my three then.
All right. Well, Trevin, you go first. Then.
My three was Big Crit, Tyler the Creator, and Denzel Curry. Or Joey Badass. Nah, Joey Badass been falling off. He been kind of falling off.
He kind of been falling off, but like he's I don't know. I'd still put him
It
up
could
there.
be actually
For
it could
your
be
list.
Big Crit, Tyler the Creator, and I want to say Freddie Gibbs because of what Pinata opened up for the culture
And the consistency.
and the consistency. Yeah, so I'd say Big Crit, um, Tyler, and Freddie.
I will say Travis Scott, Denzel Curry, Big Crit. Like, bro, as much as I love Big Crit, bro, as much as I got mad respect for him and everything, fellow Virgo, all that shit.
That nigga ass.
No,
Hell no.
no, bro. It's just I feel like with him, and I had to pause the game for a sec. I feel like with him, that category needs to be with the last guys, in my opinion. I feel like
I
that.
mean, so does Tyler. So is Tyler.
So does Tyler too, and like, and I'm but okay, you can say that, but like, would you say that for like old Tyler though?
Yes.
Mm.
He like I mean Tyler turned into the person that he is now. Like that's the fact that he was able to make that change is what puts him up there for me. Is that like he turned into someone that he himself could be comfortable with that also made everybody else comfortable with him. He didn't force himself to switch up his image. You feel me?
You're right. You're right.
He just grew into someone who's able to brag in a more mature way about the shit that his earlier self paved way for.
Okay. Yeah. I'll say Travis, Denzel, and I'll put Tyler because like
Okay.
because I was gonna say Thug too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was gonna say Thug, but see that question's kind of hard for me.
I wouldn't even argue against Thug. I wouldn't. But
it's because I'm just speaking. I'm not trying to put logistics to it or whatever. It's just I'll come back to it later. Yeah, Dewan, you
yeah.
can go ahead. My fault.
Okay. Okay. Is this Travis on there? Travis, you want to answer this question? You just want to get your three?
Uh, you gonna have to come back to me.
All right. Okay. We're gonna probably like have to like skim past this question. If we have time after we finish the other topics, we can just come back to it.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a tricky question. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah. We'll just if we got time, we'll come back to it. So this other question, and remember, this is individual. This question is King of Autotune. Now, this is not about just influence. This ain't just about. This is your individual pick. Like, who do you think used Autotune the best? It's not about who did it first, but who you think, in your opinion, actually used Autotune the best. Like,
it's
so.
it's T Pain.
Yeah, I was gonna say
T
T-Pain.
T Pain is the only person who uses autotune the way that it's supposed to be used. Because autotune, what the program actually does is tell you what key or like what key what you're singing is. So since T Pain does not know piano, or he probably knows it now, but when he was using it, he didn't know piano. So what he does is hum what he is trying to do in the mic, and the autotune tells you it tells him what button to press for those notes.
Yeah.
Like that's really what the program does. But since he's able to put the voice effect on it too, he's also singing with it. But he can actually sing. So he's able to harmonize and do all that other shit with it too, while using autotune. But then Snoop came out and did sensual seduction, and like made people. I think T Pain said this too. It's like once he came out with sensual seduction, it made other people notice that anybody can use it, but then they weren't using it as good.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Okay. Anybody else?
I agree with it has to be excuse me. It has to be Pain. I said Tane. It has to be Pain, but I gotta give my respect to Travis too for him being experimental with it because
Mm-hmm.
I think T Pain did say something about him not using it right, which I guess to an extent, but at least Travis like kind of did in his own way to where it works out for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like even with like Future, he he doesn't expand on it as much. At least not anymore. I remember there was a time when he kind of did, but not as much. So I can't really like give it to Future. But with Travis, it's like he done it in so many different ways. Where it's just like bro's kind of like a genius with it. You know, I just kind of look at it as just like T Pain is like T Pain. He's like I don't want to compare it to like food. He T Pain has his way of doing it, and Travis Scott has his way of doing it, and it's like the side of like two different coins. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
That's interesting. Travis, you want to answer this question?
Um, nah, it's definitely T Pain.
Okay.
Like what?
Mhm.
Without a doubt. Like that's just the king of autotune right there, man.
S-
Like
s-
Yeah.
Who's your number two? Who would be your number two pick? Because I'm gonna go with mine. You know, I'm younger than a lot of you guys. You know, of course, respect to T Pain. I feel like there was a point in time where I feel like Future was using auto tune in a very creative way. I think T Pain said something about Future using it. I don't know. I don't know. I remember he said something, but I feel like Future went through a phase like now he don't really use it. He just kind of like uses natural verse to kind of like create melodies, but.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Future did use it in a very creative way while rapping. Travis
Yeah.
Scott, I would kind of give it to him, but there's a point in time where he was just kind of just like harmonizing, and not actually, it wasn't actually like lyrics. It was just so.
Mm, mm,
It was
mm,
just look. It was
mm.
just he was just making sounds with the auto tune, and it was creative. But man, look, T Pain, and then I had to give it like to Future. Not Future back then, old Future, but
Are you
you
sure
know,
that him? Are you sure that him humming was the auto tune and not just him putting an effect on his voice?
nah. There was a point of time. No, there was a point of time where he was using the auto tune to kind of like make sounds versus just. But that's still creativity. I'm not speaking against it, but you know.
Nah, bro. I gotta disagree, bro. I gotta
All right.
disagree. Hold on, bro.
Okay.
Because like we are not about to sit here and act like I can't just sit here and just say like Travis is just making noises because like, okay, yeah, he was doing like a lot of like I don't know what the term for it. Like it did sound like a lot of noise, but like it accompanied the song. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
example, like if for those who remember Dream Chasers, it was either 2 or 3 with on Meek Mill's project, and Travis Scott was like the first song on there. Like this nigga was doing like some demonic ass vocal shits on there, and like the shit sounded crazy. And then he carried that sound on I think his first project, Al, yeah, Al Pharaoh or whatever the case is. I know that ain't his very first one, but like that was like the one that like people noticed about it. And then even days before Rodeo, like dude was being so fucking experimental with that fucking sound that like nobody could have like even attempt to fucking copy that shit. And with
Yeah.
Future, like I don't remember Future really experimenting with that sound too much, other than I would say he was harmonizing way more than Travis Scott was because like with when Future dropped Pluto, all I ain't gonna lie, bro, all he was just doing was harmonizing. He wasn't doing too much with it. When when Monster and maybe Beast Mode, he was still kind of harmonizing too, or he was just doing like his regular shit. When Monster came out, he was experimenting just a little bit more, but it wasn't nothing crazy. When DS2 came out, it's like you just kind of understood that was just his sound at that point. You know what I'm saying? Future, I'm gonna say this, bro, and no, it's no disrespect to Future, but like he wasn't expanding on it the way how like niggas really thought he was. You know what I'm saying? He was cool
Yeah.
with it. You know what I'm saying? And that was his thing, but it wasn't in comparison to Travis Scott nor T Pain. Bro, I hate that I even bring this up. I say even Playboy Cardi uses that shit way better in the future.
Better than Future?
I ain't gonna say better, but more experimental to the point where it works out for Cardi. Because you got I think when 2018 he dropped a Die Lit or whatever. I don't remember Cardi really using too much auto tune like that, and if he was, it was probably like the little baby voice, the or whatever the case is. And then when Whole Lot of Red dropped, like he was like he was like on some fucking dark screamo shit or whatever. People didn't really fuck with it in the beginning, but after a while, it worked out for him. And like the shit he's doing now, like the shit he did like 2024, 2023 when he started doing like the deep voice shit or whatever, it 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 grew on me. But after a while, I started to fuck with it like a little bit more to the point where it's just like, okay, Cardi can really do a whole bunch of shit with his autotune, and that.
But
and,
like,
go ahead.
the thing is that like Future did a lot though. Like before like Cardi and Travis. I mean, not before. I don't want to say before Travis, but like before Cardi even got a chance to do what he did on Die Lit and stuff like that. Future did a lot, like with his autotune. When he was using it like that, like he was damn near the hook king, damn near. I mean, obviously, like
yeah, but all he was doing
was
was being
there.
melodic. That was it. Like
autotune doesn't do that much. Like it's really for melodies. You can't do autotune isn't that big of a deal for people to use it differently. It's like either you use it like T-Pain or you use it like Future, to where like you can't sing and you use it to get like some melodies out and that's it. But like when it comes to voice effects, that's something different. Like Travis Scott. Are you serious? You know that's what the software does.
Okay.
Bro. Like
Are you
I can't accept that. I cannot accept that.
That's what it does, though. But that's the software. That's the software, though.
I wanna ask y'all this, right?
That's how it is, because like Travis Scott uses other stuff that like he uses stuff that like Kid Cudi and Kanye does too, but that's not autotune. It's not just autotune.
Okay. I wanted to add this, right, because I know there's gonna be people that's watching this probably like, man, how y'all just not mention Wayne? The reason why
no, I'm sorry. What are you saying?
Listen. There's a reason. Respect to Wayne. Like, of course, we know he's the better rapper out of all these guys. But so far as using autotune, you know, Wayne did come out with the Rebirth album, which he was using. He was using a lot of autotune on it. Personally, I didn't like that album. And then I don't feel like Wayne pushed the boundaries with autotune. I feel like he was just kind of. He was having fun with it. Like one of his mixtapes, I think it was Dedication 3, where he just basically used autotune on the whole mixtape. But he just more so just kind of rap with it. But you know, that's the reason why I just want to mention his name, because I know somebody's gonna be like, man, y'all didn't mention Wayne at all.
For good reason. For good reason.
This nigga just a hater, bro. Don't listen to him. Bro.
I mean,
Wayne did not do that much with his damn autotune usage, bro.
He was cool with it, but it wasn't nothing like crazy. That's all.
Yeah. Bro, when he did that when he was on that remix of I think it was They Know. Man, if you don't get the fuck on with that shit, bro. That shit was so Ludacris took that shit so easy. That was the easiest posse cut victory Ludacris that I've ever seen was Ludacris's verse on that fucking remix, bro. Because Lil Wayne decided to fuck around with motherfucking autotune.
And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I kind of wish that Wayne wasn't fucking with autotune either. Some songs like I think it was it Drinking My Cup? That was the name?
That wasn't Wayne, but yeah. Was he
in
that?
No. I'm not talking about the Kirkle Banks one. I'm talking about like it was up in Me and My Drink. There you go. I'm tripping.
Oh.
Me and My Drink. Yeah. Like I didn't mind.
What the fuck are these pictures in the level?
I don't know, bro.
Like good. Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. When I don't mind when he used it for like Me and My songs like that. It was pretty cool. But this nigga trapping, bro. But for other shit, like I think he did like a whole album using autotune or whatever the case is. It's just like no, bro. Because then after that, we started. I think after Carter 4, like I think it was the what fucking Sorry for the Wait 2, bro. Sorry for the Wait 2, bro. He didn't need to use that shit on there. You know what I'm saying? It was
really,
a lot,
bro.
It was a lot of crazy ass songs, especially like I know Holloweezy he was using on there too, but it's just like the shit was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like the project could have been amazing, but instead he just relied too much on autotune. And I remember I had like a coworker, and he was like a little bit older than me, and I think he hadn't listened to Wayne in a while, So I showed him a Wayne song off of Sorry for the Wait. I think it was Holloweezy, yeah. And bro was just like, that's Wayne now? Like he sounded like that now? It's just like, yeah. He's like, oh no, bro.
Oh no,
this shit
bro.
ain't.
I'm saying, bro. That's
Like-
every time a nigga use bro, that nigga sounded better on How to Love than he did on any song he used Autotune on, bro.
This is true.
Didn't he use Autotune on how to love?
No.
No,
he
it was,
didn't. He
no.
was actually fucking singing.
Oh
He was
shit.
actually singing.
He didn't use it
Yeah.
at all. And I'm just like, bro, you can do this and you're deciding to use Autotune even after you made the fucking song. Just like, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's this conversation is deep because I kind of like, okay, so J. Cole used Autotune on the Thug and Travis song,
Just
and
barely though.
I mean, it still was noticeable. Like, yeah, he wasn't singing well. He was kind of like having a little melody.
Yeah.
But I mean, I probably would have appreciated the verse better if he went no auto. But you know,
I would too. I agree.
It was unnecessary the way he used it because like he was still singing on it. So it's like he definitely just used Autotune for the effect. And it's like at that point, like
no, you want to know what
maybe
it
to
was?
fit in. Like,
what was it?
Exactly. Dewan said it like he was just trying to fit in because that he was still coming off that KOD shit. Like the whole big bro
Yeah.
status shit. Like nigga,
Okay.
you don't need to fucking do all of that, bro. Like you're good without it. Like I think there was one song where like he did use Autotune. I think it was like on the album he did last year. I can't remember which song
Probably.
it was. Like
Might delete later.
Yeah. I think he did use it again, but it wasn't as bad. Like he was just like trying to flow with it or whatever the case is. But like when he did it for like I think it was called Middle Child. Yeah, I think that's what the song was called. That shit
Oh
was
no,
Yeah.
Middle Child wasn't on that one. It was on the
No.
Dream-
I'm saying when he did use it on Middle Child,
Oh.
like the song itself, the shit was lame as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. The shit
He didn't
was
even
lame.
fucking need to use it there.
He didn't?
No, he didn't. He didn't need to use it there.
Yeah.
but
Somebody
yeah,
peeing?
nah, I'm sorry, I had a water bottle. But nah, bro, you wild. But nah, I feel like the London. I feel like if it would have been dope to hear like a no auto version of that verse because that was a really good verse. But I kind of see artists now not even really using auto-tune like that. Like
Nah.
they more so kind of like using a natural voice and kind of like even on like you said, you brought up Shaq, you brought up Playboy Cardi, Whole Lot of Red. Like it wasn't a lot of auto-tune on that album. Future don't really mess with auto-tune like that. If you hear a lot of his projects, he kind of just like use his natural voice to kind of like melodize now. But
Right.
auto-tune may 20 years from now, it's probably not gonna be like a thing like that. My opinion.
It's gonna go back to being what it's supposed to be, is a damn tool for finding notes. That's really all it's supposed to be. Which is why
Yeah.
T-Pain uses it the best, because when you see him making a beat, you see him just load up Autotune just to find what notes to press, and then he closes the shit down.
Yeah.
Like that's really all he does.
But then you do have artists that are like Don Toliver, right?
Oh.
That
Oh.
yeah, like if we're speaking of modern artists, I'm not talking about like OG status. Of course, he's not on T-Pain level, but I'm just saying is that Don Toliver, which is somebody who, you know, he's quiet, but when he drops, people know that he drops. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I would say,
And-
I would say Don Toliver, he uses it pretty well as well. I'll give him respect for that, in my opinion.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Look, Travis Scott may have a. I'm not saying he's gonna be competition, but I feel like, bro, only thing he's missing is just like one solid album away. Like he's one solid album away from reaching that higher level. That's just a sidebar
Really?
added. Yeah, bro.
He's not already at that level.
He's there, but I feel like he's right at the door. Like he's right at the door. Like
What
just
else
think
does he need? Because he's selling out arenas, and he's bro, tear that damn anime poster down, bro.
Nigga,
He's selling out arenas. Niggas is doing mosh pits and stuff. He has Beyonce on his album. You know what I'm saying? And he had I think it was Earth, Wind, and Fire. He had Stevie Wonder on his shits. It's like, what else does he need? Grammys?
what? No, I'm not saying like he's not high. I'm not.
That was
saying
fucked up
that.
to say. I shouldn't have said that.
No, I'm not saying
that
like
was
he's
fucked
not
up.
high.
I had to think about that for a second. Yo, you wow. You
That was my
wildin'.
bad. Sorry.
But I wasn't saying like he's not hot. I was just saying like I don't know. I feel like
Oh
he just
shit.
need that one extra like I don't know like I just feel like one more classic album or whatever the case may be. I feel like it would help him become that guy. Like you know, he just one step away, my opinion. But
I
he's still hot.
I think I get what you're saying. Like it would be nice, like because
What the fuck? Why
I
are you
don't,
not dead?
dog, I don't know. Cause I could be like Rodeo's a classic. I could be like some people would say that Astro. I was about to say Astro World. I mean Astro Boy. Astro World is a classic. You know,
Astrobot?
you said who?
Astrobot?
Yeah, I was about to say Astro. Leave me alone. You know, some people consider those as classics or whatever, but like, I'm not going to lie to you, the one. I don't think he can do that anymore. I don't think he's. I don't think he can make a classic. I think he's just too. Not. I think he's just worried more about just like. I like. He still wants to make good projects. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going. I'm not about to sit and act like he's just going to make like whatever is just selling on the market, like you know, a certain other artists we know. But I don't think he's just really like tapped into like that music aspect like that anymore. Like okay, well, Utopia, he did like a phenomenal job with that. Like I'll give him that because like he tried doing some new shit that like that wasn't you know that wasn't really like him before. I'm gonna always keep saying that Utopia kind of gave me like the Mises vibes. You know what I'm saying? Even though yeah, like that's nothing new because somebody already did that already. It's just it was just kind of new for him, and I messed with that. But as far as for like making a classic, like I just can't imagine Travis doing something like that. And I could be wrong. He can always he can always like prove me wrong. But it's
I
just
mean, because I agree with what you're saying because now like Travis don't really have to try that much and he still get a number one. Like I think his song 4x4 went number one, but he don't really have to put that much effort because bro got the kids, you know, the middle aged people. Like he got such a large fan base that he don't have to challenge himself. He
yeah.
can,
All right.
but he's at the point now where people just happy to hear new music from him. Like he's just at that status now where he don't have to really like try. Like a person like Offset may have to still get in the studio and really probably have to try hard. But compared
Yeah.
to like a lot of his peers, Travis Scott don't have to put that much effort in like a Young Thug or you know, bro has to
Nah,
put in
I
work. Like for example, I seen this question that people was like, "What's the difference between Travis Scott and Young Thug?" And I just feel like Travis Scott has that more of mainstream, like, you know, not saying that Thug's not that guy, because I like his music better, but Travis Scott is on a different level. They're peers, but they still on two different levels.
Yeah.
So
Travis Scott has Kanye's like overseas audience, so it's like when he doesn't really Thug has like the street level like fan base, like people that be the stuff that he be rapping about is like people like that they gravitate towards Thug, but it's like Travis Scott, he's I don't think he still has to try, but like I think the nigga who really don't have to try and can just like succeed no matter what is Playboy Cardi. But I think that I think Travis Scott does want to try because if he really ain't trying, I think everybody would fucking know and would not fuck with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think he's still at that level where he still wants and needs to put the work in, and you can tell that he isn't like he's in the studio like all the fucking time working with these people.
Right.
You know, like I said, I think I said this earlier, where it's like he's one of the people that's like making the music with the producers, and it's like it may not be as good as I mean. I'm not really wanting to say if it's as good as his last stuff or his earlier stuff. I enjoyed Utopia, but every time I fucking talk about it, niggas be acting like it's like not that good. So I must be missing something. But it's like I think that Travis Scott still has the potential to make something. You cheating ass motherfucker. To make something as good as make his magnum opus type of project, and it's just gonna. I think he's still gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? Because he's at the level that I don't think anybody else is at. Like any other rapper is even at. Not even Well, except for Kendrick.
I mean,
That's it.
peers wise, like peers, like a lot of his peers. Like when I think of Travis Scott peers, I think of Thug, Migos. I'm missing a couple of guys, but them two is just on the top of my head. Like Quavo.
He
At one
passed
point, I
Quavo
thought
in them.
No, he did, but there was a point in time where they was kind of like on that same level, kind of like when
Yeah.
Culture One dropped.
Yeah, shit.
Like they
Right.
used to be all on the same level, like Thug. They used to be on the same level, but I feel like Astro World kind of put Thug kind of like the Astro World put Travis Scott on a different level. It just separated him because
Yeah.
I used to think Quavo and Travis Scott was like left and right, but you know now Quavo got his own stuff going on, but you know yeah, bro on a different
I'm.
level.
I mean, I honestly thought that he passed the Migos before that, but that was like on an artistic
Before Astro
standpoint.
World?
Yeah, on an artistic
Yes.
Before
standpoint,
Astro
I
World?
think.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he been past them.
Yes, bro.
You know what I'm
When?
saying?
What album? Like, what album you think he
Uh,
surpassed them? 'Cause
whichever project.
Culture One was big.
Whichever project had that song with Ti on it, bro. That Travis Scott song. Whichever
Quintana
the one.
Part 2?
Yeah, whichever fucking project had that song on it, Migos will never make a song as good as that, bro.
Wait,
In my
and then,
opinion.
And then the one you're saying like Culture One, but that's not a Quavo project. That's a Migos project. So like unless you're talking about like surpassing all of them, like yeah, even
He
then,
been did that too.
yeah, Travis still did all of that. And what?
Migos is. I don't think Migos.
Yeah.
I don't think a single time Migos has been at the point to where they could sell out a fucking arena. In my opinion, I don't think that.
I don't
they
know
did-
because there was a point in time like 2017, 2016, like they was the top guys. I remember like
Yeah,
the Migos all three together, but I think when Culture 2 dropped, that's when people kind of like was like, all right, well, we not really feeling them like that because coming from Culture 1, it then dropping Culture 2, like bro, Culture 2 kind of like had like a soundtrack feel, Culture 1 felt like man, a Migos album, and then Migos, remember they had a lot of those mixtapes
Yeah.
a lot of people used to rock with, like they was impactful in the mixtape era, but
So wait, hold on. Before you
You know.
continue with that, I'm gonna just let you. I don't know if you know that. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but during 2015, 2016, and even before 17, they were kind of going through it with not just their label, but like with a whole bunch of other stuff because they weren't. I ain't gonna lie, they was kind of struggling, kind of selling out shows because I think for a time, like I know, like the dab was like the biggest thing there at that time, but I remember in an interview they was talking about like they wasn't really like they was like trying to survive, like trying to sell out shows and shit because it wasn't really working out for them during that time, And I think they also had some other issues with like QC and whatever. I can't remember too well because this is like a long ass time ago, but during that time, like all they had was just the dab, and like maybe I think it was Scotty Too Hottie. I think it was one of those two songs. So then after that they had to do like a label. They did like a label project to kind of keep them hot. Like yeah, to kind of keep them hot going on for a while. But even then it's just like nothing really worked. And then like yeah, Travis and Quavo, that's when they did their little project. No, was that before or after? Was that before or after Culture
I don't
One?
I don't know. The dab?
No. The Hunter Jack project.
That's after.
That was
I
after.
I believe it's after. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all I remember, like they did have like a little struggle period for a while during that time period. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, during 2015 and 16, I don't remember hearing too much from them except for like just the dab, But you was hearing Travis
well,
Scott
Culture 1?
before 2017.
Culture 1, then Culture.
Before 2017.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Cause
Okay.
like
yeah,
even
you're
though
right.
even though Travis did drop rodeo and like some people's it's like kind of rodeo didn't get his flowers in the beginning. It showed that Travis he had the skills to like kind of be up there, especially when he had Kanye, he had Ti, he had he had mentors and a lot of people like up his belt. And like even you can even say it yourself, like even the Migos kind of accompanied him with all that shit, you know. So Travis already showed that like he could have, performed way better than like the modern artists during that time, in my opinion.
He'd get smoked. He'd get smoked in a fucking posse cut though.
Oh yeah, 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 that's without a doubt. But
Yeah, well, I think we like on that topic, like man, we pretty much wrap that up. Like T-Pain is the king of autotune, and the picks. Who's number two that can either be Future or Travis. We kind of wrap that up on that conversation. So, we're getting into our last three topics. Now this question I have, I'm gonna add context to it so that y'all can understand. I put do pop artists use rappers, but I didn't add the context like I should. I was saying this. Okay, sometimes I feel like a lot of these pop and rap collaborations don't be genuine. No, I do feel like some of these pop artists, their labels kind of like push them to be like, you know what, throw that rapper on there. I don't feel like some of these pop rap albums mean not pop rap songs. I meant not albums. These collaborations be genuine. It's like okay, a pop artist may be kind of losing their edge, so it's like okay, just throw a rapper on there. But I do feel like sometimes there was a period where I felt like pop artists were kind of taking advantage of rappers. Uh, now pop is in their own space, but this is just like a mixy question to see if y'all have any opinions on that, or do you think pop rap collaborations are just whatever? Like, what do y'all think on
They used to be genuine. They used to be like,
it?
because the Gorillas exist. You know what I'm saying? And they the guy that's behind the Gorillas are the two. They're fans. Their collaborations are not popular rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like Feel Good Inc., the song that everybody fucking knows. Like rest in peace to the rapper, but he's from De La Soul, and a lot of people. I don't think anybody knows who they are unless like you are tapped into rap like that, or it's like the same project. There's a collaboration with MF Doom, and stuff like that is genuine. Like you can tell that the label didn't tell them to do that, but obviously that's not the case nowadays. Cause like you can see why like what's it called it Pink Panthers like collaborated with fucking Ice Spice, and it's like even Pink Panthers fucking fans, they're just like they're acting like that wasn't supposed to happen on some borderline racist shit. So it's like
yeah,
every time that some shit like that happens, their audience has to act like it's some fucking confusing ass voodoo magic. That's why that collaboration happened. It's like, bro, even if it was that because Pink Panthers is a fucking fan of Ice Spice, she slid on that fucking track. So it's like, it was just weird. Like I remember because those reactions were just fucking weird that happened, and it happens way too much when people collaborate with rappers, whether it be a genuine or a label mandated thing. Because when Kendrick got on that song with Taylor Swift, that was because of the label.
I was about to bring that shit up. I thought that was so fucking weird, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That was because of the label. Same thing with Kendrick being on the Lonely Island. Fucking I think the most crazy one, I don't even know if it was label mandated or anything, but I think it was either Ariana Grande or they fucking collaborated with Gucci Mane. And I'm like, who the fuck, who signed off on that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like shit like that,
Go ahead.
My favorite one was I think it was Kesha, and she got like damn near all of Atlanta on that song on the it had like Andre T.I. I'm missing somebody else.
I don't remember that.
Let me find it. Was it Kesha?
But like this conversation is like interesting because like okay when you brought up the Pink Panthers conversation, okay, matter of fact, go to what you were saying, then I'm gonna add context to that.
Yeah, the fucking song, the Kesha song, it was It had Lil Wayne, Wiz Khalifa, T.I., and Andre 3000. I think that was some shit that she wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Collaborations like those, we're never getting that shit again. And
what about the Miley Cyrus?
Miley Cyrus.
What about the Miley Cyrus? Yeah, was that the you think that was like genuine? Like, what do y'all think? Like,
yes, I think it was.
No, the 23, the J's on my feet.
I don't think. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it was. I mean, she probably had fun with it, but I don't think it was like really genuine because like that's when like she was kind of trying to hop on that the rap wave for a while, and then after that. Go ahead. I think no. I think that's a Mike Will made a decision. It was because that had Juicy J on it.
Yeah,
like that's genuine, but it isn't genuine because of Miley. Like it wasn't Miley Cyrus. It probably wasn't Miley Cyrus's genuine decision, but Miley Cyrus knows who the fuck Juicy J is. Yeah, and Wiz Khalifa. So it's like if Mike Will came up to Miley and was like, "Hey, I got Wiz and Juicy on this song. Do you want to hop in?" She'd be like, "Fucking right, I do." You know what I'm saying? I think that's cool. That stuff like that could even happen. Like imagine like now Denzel Curry has like a song with fucking I don't even know who the fuck I could say with fucking Sabrina Carpenter or some shit. Like Sabrina Carpenter or something. Or fucking yeah. Like it would be weird, but then it ends up working. Oh. You know?
But Sabrina Carpenter, okay, so she she did the song with Playboi Carti, right? But
no, I did. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't
okay,
know that.
well, the song is kind of like old, but not that old, but maybe last year, and the song actually sampled Gucci Mane's Lemonade. Like,
what the fuck? Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that. I remember now. Yeah.
So or stuff like that, right? When Cardi does features, he don't really promote, the said song that he's on, unless it's somebody he know like Travis. But I feel like this conversation is real interesting because I was just thinking about like a bunch of pop rap collabs, like the Ice Spice and Pink Panthers. Do you feel like the song would have been big if Ice Spice was on it, like the Boys Are Liars song? You feel like that song would have still been big as it is now?
Bro, it's a remix of Boys a Liar because of Ice Spice. So like the song was already out and it wasn't that fucking big. So it's like that needed Ice Spice.
I mean, it was TikTok big, but it wasn't really nothing crazy or whatever. It just made more people aware that like, oh, it's a remix, and everybody just end up going back to the original because who the fuck wants to listen to Ice Spice?
That's racism though. And that's not even like it still isn't that big though.
It's not even racist. She just wasn't.
I'm just fucking around. It's not really racist.
No, she slid on that verse, bro.
Yeah, she slid on that bitch, bro. And it's like obviously people are allowed to not like rap, but it's like when you see her name on there, just don't fucking click the song. But it's like even then when they went back to the original Boys a Liar, it didn't get a big push. It's like it's at 11 million views. But like you go to the part 2, that's just probably in the hundreds of millions. Yeah. So it needed Ice Spice. Like that's already like established. So it's like no matter what, that song make niggas know who the fuck Pink Panthers was. Yeah. And her audience, her Pink Panthers' audience, they're now gonna be like, damn, now we got black people.
Who is her audience? No. But seriously, like this is what I want to know because I just seen that she took a picture with Andre 3000. That's interesting, but
ain't nothing
maybe they got a collab on the way.
No, the fuck.
Okay. All right. But who is her audience? Because I don't want to just put her in a one category as race because, like, who is Pink Panther's audience? Is she pop or is she rap? I don't know.
I'm not gonna say she can't rap, but like her audience is like that like hyper pop type of shit where it's like it's how do I explain it?
Like emo? Like would you say emo?
Nah,
like emo?
Nah, not emo. Wouldn't it just be electronic?
Probably.
Like
I
compete
think
with love, like that.
Whoa, what? I don't know. Bro, I don't know. I'm not really familiar with her music. I'm not gonna lie. I did not go back to anything she fucking makes.
So,
I heard a few songs that she did. She do a lot of like, I know the songs that I know that she did was like drum and bass type of,
yeah,
or like the fast paced drum and bass type of shit.
yeah.
Where it's like, and it's melodic. I know she has a lot of songs that do that, and that bubbly type of instrumental type shit. You know, that's like what her audience like gravitates towards. But like when I be saying like race, when I be saying it's a race thing, I be fucking playing because obviously there's black people who listens to her, but it's just like the area that was the air that everything turned into when she collaborated with Ice Spice. That was just weird. You know what I'm saying? That was all I was saying.
I got an interesting take on this. Going to this question, I was just thinking of this, right? It just came to my head like the Post Malone conversation, right? Where people feel like, okay, well, man, when he first came out, you know, he was on that rap stuff, and then maybe he realized that. Because honestly, I feel like this: if Post Malone would have stayed on his rap stuff, I don't feel like he would have been as big as he is. Like, my opinion, I feel like him going in more to that pop lane. I feel like it does make sense to where he at now. Like a lot of people don't like that. They feel like, man, he just used rap, or you know, for example, like I don't see him as much doing songs with rap artists, but that's because he's not like a rapper anymore. Because when he came out, you know, he was rapping, but now he's more like on a pop artist now. Like, what y'all think about him? Like, because he made a smooth transition. Like, he did that song with Quavo, he got out the way.
Man,
I mean,
look, he can do it. He can do what he want, bro. He can do what he want.
that nigga. I mean, it was obvious that he did that shit. Like he definitely vultured the fuck out of our culture. So it's like,
I mean,
but it's
look.
he got that fucking Spider-Verse bag, and it's like you don't got to do nothing else anymore. Him and Sway Lee.
I mean, I'm just kind of looking at it like this. Like, okay, if people have a problem with him just switching up his lane, what if, like, I don't know, let's say, for example, what if a certain rapper just wanted to do a different genre? Like, will people have an issue with that? Because it's like,
Yes.
Tried it. I think Sway Lee tried to kind of like when Sunflower came out. I think he tried to kind of like, you know, get into that bag. I mean, Unforgettable, because he felt like, I think, was that him that he felt like he was the one who made that song what it is? And Fresh Montana disagreed. Like, Fresh Montana felt like, well, I'm the reason why the song was big. Something like that.
yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
I think Sway Lee, I think Sway Lee tried to do the pop stuff for a little bit, but I think, you know, I don't know if people was receptive of that. I think people was like, "Hey, bro, you did your thing on Sunflower, but you're not a pop artist." Like, so
I thought he succeeded. Did he not succeed at that shit? Because didn't he like?
I thought so.
Didn't Sway Lee come out like hit after hit like after Sunflower? I mean, it wasn't as big. Sunflower's like, you're not passing that, okay? Like that's like billions of views. That's a billion view type song. But like, it's like the stuff that he was making afterwards, they were still good.
Yeah.
I thought that he was doing good in those.
I'm gonna ask you this: do y'all think Unforgettable would have been as big if he wasn't on the song? Like, do y'all think if Fresh Montana had the song by himself, do you think the song would have been as?
Come on now.
Now you're just being funny, bro.
Come on now.
It probably would have like. People would probably just say like, "Hey, they like the beat." That's about it.
They wouldn't even fucking comment on it.
It's either that or like somebody else would have just like probably made like a remix and he probably would have just allowed it or some shit and called it a day. That's how I see it. But
bro, French Montana, like he's not. I don't want to seem like I'm just hating or nothing like that, but he be putting himself in positions where niggas just gotta humble him too fucking much. And it's like, bro, at least understand that Sway Lee is a good fucking songwriter, okay? And him being on your song elevated to where it is. Because he has songs where it's just him. I don't know if there's a single song that he made where it's just him that everybody fucks with.
Nope. He is a I need a feature type of guy.
Yeah, just like Nav, but not as
Mm,
bad. Not as
yeah,
bad as Nav.
Yeah.
right. Okay,
Nav
so
is
I
like
think we
Nav not only needs a feature, he needs a miracle.
what
That's crazy.
That's wild.
I'm I mean, Nav had he had his motion going on. I just think sometimes is that like you said, he kind of got clicked up with the thugs, the futures, and stuff like that. But yeah, but I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation. But y'all have any last topics? We're gonna move into the last two topics, and then we'll probably be done. We'll be done.
Uh,
You have
I
any
got.
like
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
so basically, I was asking, do anybody have any final thoughts on do pop artists take advantage of rappers? Like,
They do.
any final thoughts on that?
I would say at
They
least
100%.
Okay,
now.
they do.
I would say at least now.
No, they definitely. Yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah.
Bro, they have for like
Okay.
a while. Like, I mean, it's not. The thing is that, like, I mean, now rappers now have a lot more confidence to where they're not gonna fucking just work with anybody anymore. You know what I'm saying? Cause see how the singer of Disturbed, I'll be here asking to get on a song with Kendrick, and now Kendrick's like, I'm not fucking getting on a song with you, nigga.
Yeah.
He didn't say that, but like, that's not gonna fucking happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
if it was Kendrick like fucking 10 years ago, that song would have probably already been made.
Right, dude. I'm gonna just be funny, dude. Big Crit got any pop songs? Like, you know,
He
any
do.
pop collab?
He has a song with Fall Out Boy.
Is it
And
really?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Bro,
I just
hold on,
I
bro.
didn't-
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? I was thinking about like when this question was like asked about. I remember there was like this is an old ass song, but I remember there was like a collaboration between Fall Out Boy, Kanye. So I don't remember the other artists, but like it was like a little group project between all of them, and it was like a I think it was like a 2 to 3 minute track or whatever. And I think that was kind of more genuine than anything else because like I think all of them was just having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because probably Kanye wasn't even thinking about like I got a song with Fall Out Boy. Fuck it, all right, let's let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't know Big Crit had a fucking song with Fall Out Boy. When the fuck did that
Yeah.
happen?
I think it was on that project. It's like Jet something blues. It's a remix of a song that Fall Out Boy has, but Crit's on the remix.
That's wild. That is wild.
And there's another one. I gotta remember this. I gotta remember there's another one that he has that like is really popular, but like it's one of them like songs where it has like the electronic like solo and shit. It's
Okay.
niggas has heard it for the longest. Like you've heard the fucking song, but like you've heard the instrumental, but nobody knew that Big Crit was the feature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I really have to find it. You know.
Okay. So we move into the last two topics. So we just about done. So last two topics, man. Frank Ocean, man. Where's this guy at? And then if Frank Ocean drop, do y'all think it's gonna make an impact, or do you think people gonna be like, oh, okay? What are y'all thoughts?
Bro, niggas is finna drop everything that they're doing. If they are holding their babies, if they are cooking some 5-star meals, the food's gonna burn, the baby's gonna be on the floor, and they're gonna be pressing play on that project.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh shit, this stage is too dark for me. Fuck. I'm gonna just say this. And this not just for Frank Ocean. This is like for any artist in general. If you don't want to make music anymore, then just fucking say it, bro. Because it's like this nigga Frank. I'm not about to say I was like the biggest Frank fan or whatever the case is. Like I enjoyed his music, but it's like you kind of just left us like on some Miles Morales Spider-Man movie 2 ending to the point where it's just like we don't know if you're going to we don't even know if you're going to come back or not. You know what I'm saying? And like yeah, a couple features that's cool and all in here, but bro, we want a project, bro. We want a project. It's going to be 2026 next year, and it's going to be 10 years since you fucking dropped anything. And it's like, bro, what's really going on? Like, I don't know if it's like depression or mental illness or whatever the case is. Like, you got your money. You know what I'm saying? We know what you did. like you did your thing, but can you just drop some music, bro? Like, shit,
He making movies.
what movies? Let me not do that.
All right, let's.
I
What were
want
you finna say?
nothing. I just want homie to come back, bro. I want homie to come back, and it's like,
I mean, he's right. He's a songwriter now. I think he was on a. I think it says here that he was on For All the Dogs.
oh, I didn't know that, but still, I want to hear him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're not getting that, bro. That nigga's he's a myth now. You're gonna hear
Look,
him.
I,
My bad. What's up?
go ahead. I'm gonna go after you finish.
Yeah. I mean, from what I'm seeing right here, that nigga is not doing anything but supporting other people's stuff. Like he was on Astro World, For All the Dogs. What the fuck? He was on a Nas album? Okay. I'm gonna get off this before I get even more mad. Cause if I see Andre 3000's name, I'm gonna be pissed. But yeah, he's just being a support character now.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like him. I know there was a rumor that him and Playboi Carti was having something going on, like a song, something dropping. I feel like a Frank Ocean and SZA collab would be real dope. You know, I'll be real interested in that. But I feel like if he do make a comeback, I don't think it's gonna be like with a solo project. I think he probably just gonna appear on somebody's album, like,
Yeah.
and maybe just dip. But yeah, man, I don't know. Frank Ocean, like where he at, man? I don't know. Y'all got any opinions on Frank Ocean? And if he was to come back, what do y'all think he should do? Like, what is the strategic method y'all think he should take?
He needs to be on a Odd Future project. He needs to re-collaborate with Tyler because whenever they link up, it's always a really great song.
yeah.
He can rap. People forget that he can rap. That's why I think Odd Future should at least come together for, even though they're all like in really big positions, you know, a good just Odd Future EP, you know, would be great. You know, good for the culture. The internet's doing good. The band called The Internet, like they're doing good. What's his name? Won a Golden Globe for being on The Bear. Like, they're all doing their thing. So it's like, it isn't like everybody's depending on Tyler to have success. It's just, it would be great to, you know, just link up, just see that y'all are like linking up for a good project once or twice.
What about you, Shaq? What do you think? Like, how if he was to come back, how you think he should come back?
I guess just do a surprise album. Just do a surprise album. Just be like, here you go, and just dip off and just be like, you know what? I'm done making music. I'm going to make movies or get married or do whatever the fuck he's going to do. That's just how I see it. Because I'm just kind of tired of some of these artists who just kind of just get in, and do their thing, and it's like we're just expecting, like, if you're gonna be an artist and then just dip off after, like, you know, whatever you're gonna do, just give us like 3 projects. You know what I'm saying? Just at least three.
Damn.
Which in a way he kind of did. You know, he kind of did. It's just, and Blonde was a good album. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we just at least need just one more. After that, you know, you're pushing 40 or however the fuck you are, or whatever the case is. So do whatever the fuck you want to do after that. We just want one more fucking project. You know? After that, do what you want, bro. Be happy. I just
You know,
want one
that's
more
so
project.
crazy.
That's it.
You know, it's so crazy that she said that because every week I see a YouTube channel saying Playboi Carti dropping this Friday. Like literally, I see that on every YouTube channel in my algorithm saying Playboi Carti dropping this Friday, and it just never happens. But I know Shaq irritated with that.
It's not. I'm only
final.
irritated with it because like now I'm starting to like really kind of appreciate the dude's music a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit that I went on YouTube and I heard like a playlist of like songs that Cardi dropped in 2024, I was fucking with it. Like the shit was popping. You know what I'm saying? So like now even I want the fucking album, but same time, can you just stop with the mysterious shit? Just drop, bro, something. Like that's why I'm not trying to bring this shit up, but like that's why like when Kendrick kind of went on like a hiatus for a while, like I started fucking with Cole more because like hey, homie was dropping music. We didn't know whenever Kendrick was gonna come back. All we kept hearing was oh Kendrick's possibly working on a rock album. Kendrick might be doing a black hippie project. Him and Cole might be doing a project. Nigga didn't do none of that shit, bro. Nigga was in Africa drinking on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Getting his fucking health right. And then we didn't get a fucking project until like 2022. And it's like and I understood the reason why, but I don't know, bro. Something about if this is your job and you know you're not retiring or whatever the case is, if this is your job to be this person or whatever the case is, then just do it until like you're done. And as far as I know, you're not done. Frank Ocean's not done. You know what I'm saying? Lauryn Hill, not fucking done. I don't care what nobody say. She's not
done, bro.
She's not done. Andre, not done.
He's really fucking done.
These niggas need to stop doing this shit, bro. Because like after Magna Carta Holy Grail, I thought, okay, you know, this ain't the best album to leave off, but hey, at least we got a Jay-Z album. Then he drops 4 for 4 many years later, bro. Can we just
he
stop?
had to drop that album though.
I know, but can we just stop? Just say, hey y'all, I know y'all fuck with me and I appreciate y'all, but I'm done making music. And don't be like any of those SoundCloud rappers who got into some allegations or some failed album streams and be like, yeah, I'm retiring from music. I suck now. Blah, blah, blah. I need to work on mental health. I don't want to hear all that shit, bro. Just say, I quit. You know what I'm saying? I quit. I'm going to move on with my family, and that's it. But you want to know who else did that shit? Logic. Guess what he did? Came back a year later, dropping some more fucking music. I am so tired. Bro, move on. Move on to the next
That's
question.
because Logic, like, he loves the game. Like, I think he just got linked into, like, Dilla and Madlib and MF Doom, because once it was like that was like the forefront of his albums after he said that he retired.
Yeah.
Was that sound. I think he got into that. She's like, hey, y'all like this sound? And it was like the majority of his sound for like the past like 3 albums. You know what I'm saying? Because he admitted that nigga, that suicide song that suicide prevention song, that was like the most, and he sold his soul for that shit. He was like, yeah, I did. It was that was a fat check too, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's up?
No, go ahead.
It's just like, in terms of Frank, I'm just be honest, he probably he's just really self-conscious. You feel me? I'm not gonna say that he just doesn't have any tracks like made, but that nigga really just does not drop anything, like, unless it is perfect. And it's like, it's just, you can do that nowadays. That's the thing, is that like you can take time off, as much time as you need, and then come back and niggas will like fill your fucking bank account up just because you decide to come back like 10 years later. Like, you can do that now. But before, you couldn't do that. Like, the label would drop you, you would owe money and all that stuff. It's like, hey, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then, you know, fuck you. But it's like, I guess like him being with Odd Future paid off, because I guess he didn't have that pressure. I don't think anybody in that collective had that pressure.
No.
So Frank was just doing whatever he wanted to, and then he played Apple when he dropped the Endless album. Like, he played Apple and dropped Blonde like immediately after Endless dropped. Yeah. I don't think Endless is even anywhere on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the fact that he got away with doing that, I don't know if that had a part to play in him not dropping music, but that nigga really just don't be anywhere. And I hope apparently he's able to do that and still live lavishly and shit, or probably just has DoorDash every fucking day. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird. It's just unfortunate that he's able to do that, and he's actually like doing it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because he should at least tell people what the like if he's dropping music or not. Because now it's gonna look bad on everybody else when like they have a set at Camp Flognaw and niggas is really looking forward to Frank Ocean, not even listening to the way anybody else is performing.
Right.
That's
Hey,
all.
you know, look, Shaq, me and Trevor still waiting on that Cardi B album. It's on the way. I believe it's gonna happen.
No, y'all
But-
niggas can wait.
but-
Y'all niggas can wait.
That's crazy.
Nah, okay, last topic, man. Last topic.
All right.
Hey, this gonna ruffle some feathers, man. But that's all right. But can Chance the Rapper come back, man? Could he be that top guy? 'Cause when
All right, y'all.
Listen,
It's been a good stream.
Listen, hold on. When all that stuff, when all that stuff was going on with the Kendrick and Drake beef, Chance the Rapper, and he chimed in. He said, "Hey, like, I'm in the big three too." So, like, so
He said
so-
that shit.
no, I don't think he said that. But didn't he make a song when the rap beef came out? Like, check, didn't he drop a song or something?
I remember
Like-
hearing something. I remember he said something about it. I just
He
don't know what
said
it
something
was.
like concerning the Drake and Kendrick beef. He said something like, you know, hey, he's still there. Can bro come back and take that top position?
Like and do what? Like just like come back like to where he was like in the acid rapping in coloring book days. He can.
Okay, I'll say this. Yeah. Go
he
ahead.
can. It's just, bro. That Big Day album really fucked up a lot for him, bro. And now he ain't even married no more. So it's like, what was the point of all that?
That's so bad you said that.
That nigga could have had a Jay-Z feature by now, bro. Like, it's so... He stopped all of that to make that bullshit-ass album, and now nobody fucked with him because of it. Like, it's just like, he can... Because the thing is, he can still rap his ass off. He's still, like, one of the best when it comes to wordplay and stuff. But now ain't nobody trying to hear that shit because he made motherfucking Big Day.
Was that album bad? I didn't think it
Bro,
was.
it was
I
fucking...
don't think it.
No, dog. It was, like, bad. Not a single good song.
Shaq didn't think it was bad. Shaq didn't think
Shaq
the
is a
album
fucking
was
lie.
bad.
Hey, Shaq, bro. Let me find out, bro.
Oh,
I know. I think the only thing I told Dewan was just like it's. There were some songs that was like, what the fuck happened to me? There were some songs that was like funny. Like, I know I can't say this now, but when Hot Shower came out, I didn't hate it too much. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was just pretty goofy sounding. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a song that you just didn't take seriously, whatever. Well, then I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When I start seeing more of the hate for the song and this and that, I was just like, you know, maybe this song is.
It's because he doesn't make songs like that. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Is that he decided to make an album and niggas was looking for like imagine listening to Coloring Book for the first time or Acid Rap and then like he's like and it's like as good as it is, he's like album's coming out. And he puts that bullshit out.
Yeah.
It's like it's nothing like what the fuck he made before in a bad way. That's the problem, bro. Like if Big Day was his first album or his first like project before Acid Rap and Coloring Book, then sure, he would be at the top now. But like when Coloring Book came out, that nigga was dapping up Jay-Z, Beyonce was fucking hugging him and shit. Nigga had a Justin Bieber co-sign, all while being independent. He fucked all of that up for his fucking wife. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. I don't think. In my opinion, I don't think the album was all that. I don't think it was a terrible album. Hot Shower. I mean, he had what's that artist's name? Maiden Toyo. How to say his name? I don't know how to say
Made in
his name.
Togo.
And he had
Had
and
the
then
baby.
like the baby had a pretty solid verse, and Maiden
But-
Toyo, he kind of did his thing. What was bad about the song?
But the baby is on beats. He raps on beats like that. Chance doesn't. That's not what his music was about. Is
He
what
do.
I'm saying. Like before that song came, the song itself is not bad for what it is. the problem is that it came from Chance. Imagine if like you hear a song sound like you're a jerk, but then you see the nigga that made it is fucking Nas. You'd be like, nigga, what are you doing? You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like that. Like the nigga, like the album that he made beforehand, it was about him being a new dad and it had like gospel stuff in it. It had Jay Electronica and Kanye, like that type of personnel on there. And then the next album, it's like the baby, and I think it had 2 Megan Thee Stallion features. And it's like, nigga, why?
Watch features too.
Like,
Yeah.
like,
But yeah.
that's
I mean,
the
a lot of
problem.
people was annoyed. Because he was talking about his wife. I mean, I'm not married, so I can't attest to that. But y'all guys are, and I'm like, I just think that what's wrong with him talking about his wife?
Nigga,
That's not-
we just
okay,
need,
no.
We just needed one song. Just one song to talk about your
That's
wife.
not
And that's it.
that's neither here nor there. Like that's subjective because yeah, it's a bunch of unmarried, miserable niggas making fun of that. Like I get like, that being subjective, but like you can make a song or an album about you being newly married and you can make it good, right? You can do that, but he didn't do that, you know? But the problem is that that's his only album. So it's like, and I've had these discussions with people who don't listen to rap. That's what he is now. Like, that's the image that he has right now is the nigga that, ooh, I love my wife type nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, Chance is good. The nigga starts laughing because they didn't hear Asset Rap or 10 Day or Coloring Book. They heard the first project that's on streaming services, which was Big Day, because Asset Rap, 10 Day, and Coloring Book did not get on streaming services until like 2 or 3 years after Big Day came out. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like that was all people was able to, even though you could just go on literally YouTube or DatPiff or whatever and get those albums, new niggas was not doing that shit. Okay? So all they were doing was listening to the Big Day, and it got like a 1 from Anthony Fantano. Every fucking review thing was bashing it. So now it's like he has that image on him, even though even nowadays he can rap his fucking ass off, but it doesn't matter. Now, so like, can he come back? It would take him really focusing on what the fuck he needs to do for him to come back.
It would take a Drake feature.
No, it would take a fucking Jay-Z feature.
I mean, it's like the good thing about it, like he's 31. Good thing he's like not pushing 40. You know, that's the only thing about it. Like, I feel like his age give him like that grace. Where I put him in the same conversation as Big. I put him in the same conversation as Big Sean, right? Because Big Sean is in that weird space too. So they're in the same.
But Big Sean has multiple albums though. Like
okay, but Big Sean is okay. You know what?
No, what's up? My bad. What's up?
I was like, but Big Sean, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna let you have that one. Go ahead.
It's like Big Sean. Like I get what you're saying though. Like Big Sean is in that moment too, but at least like he had multiple projects and multiple chances to not be in that position. Chance fucked up one time and it was a really big fuck up to the point to where like niggas is not getting on songs with him and he's not getting on songs with other niggas. You feel me? And he was doing that like the thing that got him on those songs was him displaying his skill because he's an independent artist. You feel me? He did not pay for that Justin Bieber feature. Justin Bieber gave that shit to him for free. Like, now he ain't getting free features, so it's like, damn, what the fuck I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Because he can rap, and he's a good songwriter, but now he lost his management team. A lot of the bridges that he had was burned from the way that he was acting in the era of Big Day. Big Day came out like what, 2019?
Yeah.
That's 6 years ago. Niggas ain't trying to hear from him now unless he makes a way for himself. He needs to get on the fucking song with like Denzel Curry or something and actually shows that he can still fucking rap his ass off. But he's sitting around hyping niggas up about Starline, like that Starline album that was supposed to come out last year, still ain't fucking out. He's selling shirts.
What is Starline? What is that? That's a new album he's supposed to be
That's the name of his new album. It's like Starline Gallery. That's the name of it. He named that shit like 2 years ago. It's like it's coming out soon. 2 years ago. And it's like, okay, so when the fuck is it coming out? Every time I look at his socials, he's dropping like a song or two, and like niggas is buying shirts that are in like Africa and stuff. Like he's getting like
Wait,
he's
what?
making no, he's making moves. I'm not saying he's not making moves. Like he's doing his
Yeah.
thing in Africa and stuff, but like he ain't dropping music, and it's like I don't know why, because like people are hearing the songs, like they're hearing his project because he having listening parties and stuff, but ain't nothing dropping. So it's like if it drops and if it's not good, then he'll be done for real, for real. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's trying to. I think Starline. I heard about it. I feel like he's promoting like it's supposed to be like this rebirth. You know that he's about to drop. Like it's about to be like this new era. But I mean, it's like, hey, he might pull a Kendrick or a Cole on his next album. I don't
He
know.
could
But
do that.
Starline, man, Shaq, what you thinking? Cause Shaq quiet.
So I told Trevin this a long time ago. I was never really a big fan of Chance, so I don't really give a fuck what that nigga do. I'm gonna be honest with you. And it's not that I think he's a bad rapper or anything. He's like everybody has a misstep, and when it comes to projects, okay, like we're not about to sit here and act like certain rappers don't have bad albums. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it sucks that was his debut album, but you know, I'm not about to sit here and act like he's like a bad rapper or whatever. I just say the nigga's voice is annoying. So in the concept of that, I don't care what that nigga do. I was during the time. I will say this. I hope his attitude does change, and I hope he does humble himself because I remember his fans. They were trying to talk to him, like the ones who really fuck with him. It was just like look, bro, like this project's not really it. Like it's either you go back to your old style or like just be on some lyrical shit. Like make you what's you. You know what this nigga does? Bans him and makes fun of them. All this other shit. His fucking manager, his longtime manager, tries to let him know about certain stuff, fires him, and it's like, bro, what the fuck are you on, dog? This is the reason why
Yeah.
fucking Kanye kind of like left your ass high and dry because like you don't want to hear criticism and you don't want to hear from like the people who fucking known you. You know what I'm saying? And now you don't even have your wife no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and from what I remember like I think I even remember the time when like when he was with his first girl. You know what I'm saying? Like you was like when you and her broke up the first time, you still kept it going. You kept things pushing. Like you had this energy around you. You was like you still had people made you feel like you was the man no matter what was going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like you're just a shell of your former self. Like when you hear the name Chance the Rapper, like that's like, oh, it was that guy. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of kicking things when we were in high school and shit like that. But I haven't heard nothing since. Last time I heard from him was when he was on the song with Wayne and 2 Chainz on the radio. Look how long ago that was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chance, despite the jokes I made about him, like I want bro to like do better for himself if that's what he want, but he needs to change. Like he needs to reevaluate his fucking life because it's like what Trevor said, ain't nobody fucking with him right now. You know what I'm saying? You had
Yeah.
Absol, you had like all these other producers, these fucking rappers, whatever the case is, that was with you. Now ain't nobody really rocking with you like that. And I don't think it's because nobody wants to rock with him. It's just they got their own credibility they got work. They got their own status they need to worry about. And working with a nigga like you is just bad business, in my opinion.
My bad. Are y'all still podding? I'm about to hop
Yeah.
back out.
Yeah, we're almost done.
My bad.
We're almost done.
Yeah, we just about done. But nah, hey, I'm gonna add my closing opinion on it, then we'll be done. Yeah, I feel like sometimes some artists do go through that phase where they kind of get kind of prideful and they need to humble themselves. Like I feel like Big Sean too, because I feel like when the Kendrick and Drake stuff was going on, he kind of felt like, hey, I'm still that guy too in the big three. So I'm like, hold on, bro, you gotta humble yourself. So you know, so I feel like, yeah, I feel like how he reacted when the big day came out, he kind of was upset that he didn't really receive the love that he thought he was gonna be. Because I'm gonna be honest, the album had a lot of hype around it. Because bro was still big back then. So the album did have a lot of anticipation. Like a lot of people was like, was this like, man, this album gonna be like, dope. But hey, it came out. But hey, we finished on that. Any more final thoughts on that topic? And then we can close.
Cole the best rapper in the world.
Nah, I put the song that the other song that Big Crit was on that like everybody heard, but they don't know that he's on the song. I put that in the music discussion channel because I didn't even know he was on the song until I heard that bitch, and I'm like, oh, no, that was he's a I do my best to spread the gospel of Big Crit.
My only point to this and I'm done with this game. My only point to this, I like the next time we do these streams, I want more debates going on because I feel like we're just like we're not trying. I feel like in my opinion, I feel like we're kind of like sheltering like some of our feelings about certain artists, and I feel like we need to like kind of tap in to see.
What you mean, bro? Cole the best rapper in the world.
No, bro. We need it. We need to like expose some of these flaws for some of these rappers, bro. Like we could do it with Cole. We done it a whole bunch of time with Drake, and we can even do it with Kendrick too. But it's just like we got to like open up and let people know like, hey, sometimes this rapper.
Oh yeah. I trust me. I got
Cause like
for Kendrick, I got problems with that nigga.
Yeah, it's what everybody's not perfect, bro. Even Crit, even Denzel, everybody has their own flaws that they need to work on, and like
except Andre.
Andre don't make music. That's his flaw.
His only flaw is just not dropping. That's the only.
That's the label, though. That's the label. We already learned what was going on with that.
Bro, he could drop something on SoundCloud.
Anywho,
he can't. Oh yeah, he could. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, but anywho, long story short, I'm glad we had like this little talk. I know the timing's a little.
Hold on, one last thing I want to add. Look, Carter 6 will be the biggest album of 2025.
It's not. It's
bro,
not.
Yes it is. Carter 6 is gonna put everything on hold. June 6th,
I hope so.
2025. Carter 6 is gonna. Wayne has been talking a lot about Carter 6, and I, you gotta have faith, bro. Carter
I better not hear a hint of Autotune or a hint of a nigga trying to be dark on that bitch, bro.
Listen. Carter 6 is gonna be another Carter 3, another Carter 2. I'm ready. Carter 6.
He better put 2 Chainz on the album.
2 Chainz is art, bro. We gotta have that conversation too, bro. Cause 2 Chainz. All right, never mind. We're gonna close.
He's starting to become one of my favorite rappers. Yeah, I got you.
All right, y'all. Like I said, I know this was a weird time, but don't worry. Next Monday morning, we'll be back on schedule. We gotta have a lot of more topics and debates to talk about. But I'm glad everybody came through. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all then. Take it easy.